Today we're discussing facts and lore surrounding the sidekicks who give all other sidekicks across the comic book world a run for their money, the one and only Bat Family. Primarily known as the first original Robin, this ex-circus trapeze artist is all grown up and ready to fight the good fight. Dick Grayson was created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane in 1940. He became Robin after the death of his parents during one of their Flying Grayson circus shows. If you're interested in more content exploring gaming lore from characters to story, subscribe and I'll keep shoveling content down your gullets. Thanks. Nightwing's weapon of choice are eskrima sticks. These electrified batons differentiate Nightwing from Batman solely hand-to-hand and batarang combat. They also can hold smoke bombs and grappling lines. Popular media you might remember him from are shows such as the original Teen Titans cartoon, the childlike reboot Teen Titans Go, and the live-action series Titans. Grayson is also seen in Young Justice, in which he is Robin for season 1, but takes up his more mature position of Nightwing for seasons that follow. Dick Grayson is followed up by 4 other Robins who in order are Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Stephanie Brown, and Damian Wayne. Robin actually got the name Nightwing from a now gone Kryptonian hero. Inspired by the Kryptonian, Dick Grayson changes his name to Nightwing. In one story, Bruce goes missing again, and this causes Nightwing to take up the cowl and have Damian Wayne act as his Robin. This to ensure that there was a presence of Batman in the streets so the criminals didn't catch on that he was gone. While Superman watches Metropolis, Batman watches Gotham, and it's Nightwing who patrols the streets of Bloodhaven. Funny enough, the new captain of the in-game Bat Family is also a magnet for the ladies. In the comics, Nightwing has multiple intimate relationships with characters such as Batgirl, Raven, Starfire, and even Harley Quinn.
I'm misunderstood.
Dick Grayson is the real deal, complete original Robin, none before but many after, and 80% of the time anyone who is referring to Robin, this is the boy wonder they're referring to. However, with the extreme popularity of the new extended Bat Family, I believe people will think of Damian as Robin, Dick as Nightwing, Jason as the Red Hood, and Tim as Red Robin. Obviously, those are the new aliases they grow into, but in addition to that, I've noticed more stories and one-shots of them in these roles, almost as to use their mature forms as the new baseline. For this next character's lore, we need to discuss not one, but 2 characters. The identity of the Red Hood in concept and Jason Todd, the loose cannon cop of the Bat Family.
You know what I'm here for. Hand it over.
Being the second person to hold the mantle of Robin, Jason was originally disliked by comic book fans as it seemed he was just a clone of Dick Grayson. Created in 1983, Jason Todd had a similar origin to Robin but was changed. In his origin finds himself getting caught stealing tires from the Batmobile. Now for a brief history, the persona of the Red Hood was used by various criminals because anyone using the Red Hood name had the credibility to be feared based on the track record and volume of crimes done under the name. This would cause no one to be sure if it's always the same person or various criminals under the hood. For example, in one origin of the Joker, he is donning the hood and accidentally slips into a vat of chemicals, turning him into the psychotic clown. Here's the irony in that. Remember I mentioned comic readers weren't fans of Jason as Robin? Well, this would lead to the Death in the Family comic in which the Joker would end Jason before Batman could save him. Real life years later, Jason would be brought back and resurrected using the Lazarus Pits. This would cause Jason's mind to alter and make him develop a hatred for Batman and villains alike, causing him to even use lethal force. Now in Gotham Knights, issues have been reconciled. The Red Hood is a member of the Bat Team, and although he struggles with melding into the group and lost his memories, he's become a solid member of the family.
I don't remember that.
Our next hero isn't a Robin but a Bat themselves. Barbara Gordon is the daughter of one of Batman's most trusted friends, Commissioner Gordon, so it's no surprise it was kept secret from him. Not only would she hold the mantle of Batgirl, but she would also hold the name of Oracle and support the Bat Family from the Bat Cave.
Babs. Hey, Babs, what did you figure out?
As with any member of the Bat Family, she is also due for her trauma. During the Killing Joke story, Joker would shoot Barbara, paralyzing her, kidnap Commissioner Gordon, then torture him physically and emotionally using revealing photos he took of Barbara in her paralyzed state. However, also in line with our Cape Crusaders, Barbara overcomes this traumatic experience and becomes Oracle, the data and analysis champion of the hero community. Now in Gotham Knights, we even see Barbara using a new device that allows her to walk as she continues to strengthen herself. In Joker War, this device would even be used against her and hijacked by Joker, re-paralyzing her and threatening to make her jump off a roof if not given the information he requested. Clearly from her accomplishments, Barbara Gordon has an incredible specialty with tech. This would make her and Tim Drake, our Gotham Knights Robin, get along like 2 peas in a pod. And we even get to witness this relationship throughout the game.
Hey, that's Robin.
Created in 1989, Tim Drake is a young, clever, and eager crime fighter and the 3rd iteration of Robin. One fact most casual players may not be aware of is Tim Drake got his position as Robin by discovering the identities of Batman and Nightwing being Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson respectively. At the time of Tim's discovery, Bruce was hesitant to take on another sidekick, but even with the newer Robins in today's lore, Tim is still seen as the perfect Robin. With his amazing intellect and detective capabilities, ironically, Tim's character is well known for fear of becoming Batman because even though fans and writers agree Tim has the intellect and skill to truly be Bruce's replacement, Tim lacks the desire to distrust and see the world through the paranoid eyes of Bruce. Another stab in the heart is that Tim is also the only member of the Bat family to be adopted by Bruce, eventually taking on the last name Wayne. This of course excludes the current Robin Damian, who is Bruce's biological son. I've got an odd feeling you might not be subscribed, might just be in my head, but just in case you're not, hit that little button for me so I can keep feeding you this sweet content nectar. Tim would distinguish himself from the other Robins by focusing strongly on his detective skills. He's thought to actually be a master detective while the others are just very skilled or an expert. He was also carefully crafted by Bruce to be more precautious and reserved with which villains he would and wouldn't interact with. I mean, it only makes sense considering the Robin right before him died on the job. In the future, Bruce goes missing and Tim, wanting to grow separate from the Bat mantle, takes up the Red Robin name as he searches for answers. This is my personal favorite member of the Bat family, something about a transitional phase between Robin and Batman being Red Robin with a combined costume design really satisfies my inner nerd. Tim Drake is also the Robin featured in the new Batman Adventures animated series, in which one episode he's infected with the Joker toxin and becomes his sidekick.
Oh no.
In case you're confused, the traditional Robin would have had green on his uniform, and Tim Drake's in the animated series had black and red. He's also the active Robin in season 2 of Young Justice, taking over the role once Dick Grayson left to become Nightwing, and of course after the death of Jason Todd. Another feature that distinguishes Tim differently from the other Robins is that he actually got into crime fighting while both of his parents are alive. Although later on they would be killed, it's still a different mindset going about crime fighting compared to the others. In the game Gotham Knights, we see 3 different Robins interacting with each other, and an emphasis is put on their strengths and weaknesses. If you watch closely, you'll notice the different instances in which Tim's superior detective skills outshine his elder peers. In the case of different people representing the mantle of Robin, I think it's safe to say Tim is definitely a case of third time's the charm.